Hello, Facebook Live. I think I'm live. I see I'm live, but it's still spinning. Hello, Facebook Live. How are you guys doing? I am so excited, and I'm on the wrong page. Oh, but that's okay. We're going to share this into the group. So when you're hopping on, say hello. I'm so excited. And if this is your first time watching me, please introduce yourself. I want to get to know you. I want to welcome you to my world, and let me know also in the comments if this is the first time you have ever seen any of my master classes. Okay, perfect. Okay, am I live in the group? Because I went on the wrong page, but I don't really want to go out. Okay, yeah, we're seeing comments. Okay, amazing. Hello, Tara. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Jean. Hello, Helen. Okay, amazing. Yes. Oh, hello, Kelly. Girlfriends in the house. How are you guys? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, perfect. So hello, Avra. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Haley. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm going to turn my phone off because someone's calling me. Okay, amazing. I am so excited to do this, guys. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So if you have to go anywhere, because I feel like it's kind of going to go a little bit over an hour, because I want to take you guys through my whole manifestation sequence. And then I want to dive into subconscious mind. I want to explain neuroplasticity to you guys. Consciously and subconsciously, I want to give you guys both tools. So I want to cover a lot. So if we go over and you got to hop off, you can catch the replay. No worries. Hello. Okay, Shanna. Hello, gorgeous Brandy. Taylor. Hello, Diane. Hello, Tammy. Oh, I'm so excited. First masterclass. Yes, amazing. Yeah. So if this is your first time ever watching me, please say hello. Introduce yourself. And if this is your first masterclass, you're in for a treat because I don't hold back. I want to make sure that you guys all walk away from some massive shifts. And there's also going to be a giveaway. So I'm going to dive in because we got a lot to talk about. So if I don't say hi, I'm not ignoring you. I love you. And if I see you pop up, I will say hello for sure. Hello, Sarah. Hello. Yes, live in the group. Okay, perfect. Okay, amazing. This is me. But the next live is only going to be in the Facebook group. I'm so used to going live on my personal page, but I don't want to log out now because you guys are here. So, okay. All right, so this is day one. And today what I'm going to really take you guys through. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Jen. Hello, gorgeous Jen. Hello, Kimberly. Kim. Hello, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm Alina Grayson. I'm a life and business coach. I got into coaching a few years back, and what I want to teach you guys today is kind of the stuff that took my business off the ground, that honestly helped me manifest like everything I have in my life. And I'm so excited to share today's content because it particularly changed my life. Like, my business went from $800 a month to a $40K in 18 months. I was unemployed, a single mom of 2 girls, and I met the most incredible man, like manifested unexpected money. Hello, Melissa. Hello. Oh my gosh, so many guys. I want to say hi to you guys. Hello, guys. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Juliet. Hello, Crystal. The woman, the myth, the legend. Alina helped me change my life around. I'm excited for everyone here. Oh, thank you. Guys, this is the stuff. This stuff that I'm going to teach you guys today, if you take a little bit, I promise you, if you apply it, it will change your life. If you take it all, it will change your life. If you're a coach, watch this and then take notes, because I'm not kidding you. I turned my life like completely around. Like, money, the man, like happy, excited. Oh my God. Hello, Kaylee. Haley, love your hair braid. Yeah, thank you. It's the Polish Viking goddess vibes. That's where we're going. Hello, Kayla. Milda. Hello, Kayla. Leslie. Okay, awesome. So don't get mad if I don't see you pop up. I just want to get into this. And I will answer questions too at some point, but I want you guys to be able to like log on to this and rewatch it, because I'm going to tell you to rewatch it and just have a nice, beautiful download stream. Like, I love interacting with you guys, but I want you guys to be able to like hear everything. Okay. So this information is what started my entire business, what started my entire understanding of manifestation. And it's honestly, it's going to change your life if you apply it and integrate it. I have so many clients that are on here right now that could tell you they've done multiple rounds of this program. So I literally took the whole module out of my Magnetic Mind program, and I'm teaching it for free because that's how much more content I have, because it's a 5-week program. So I'm teaching you guys for free, and it's going to be freaking amazing. Okay, because Magnetic Mind, we go into deeper into the emotional codes. But today we're going to focus on the sequence. Okay, we're going to talk about the sequence. I'm going to take you through it all: the subconscious mind, the reprogramming, all the things. Okay. Hello, Jennifer. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do for the 2 days. Okay, so today's this, and then day 2. Oh, I'm excited for day 2 because it's part of manifestation too, where I really want to get into the energetics, guys, the emotions of manifesting, and you guys really understanding masculine and feminine energy, because I was a very masculine energy kind of female until I understood feminine energy and leaning back. it up my manifestation game, and I'm going to teach you guys that for free. Hello, Patricia. Hello, guys. And also, so I am doing a giveaway, okay? So this is how it's going to go. So if you guys share this video or you tag me anywhere, you take a screenshot of you watching this and you tag me anywhere on Instagram or Facebook, you will be put in a draw, and I'm going to do 2 different draws. One probably on Thursday. I'm going to give you guys time to watch it because I know some people can't come live, but I'm going to do 2 draws for tuition for $555 USD, and you can use that towards any of my programs. If you share this video, if you just take a screenshot and tag me anywhere on social media, and the more that you do it, the more that I'm going to put you in this draw, and then you can use it towards any of my programs. Okay, so also before I deep dive, hello Monica, hello Leanna, hello gorgeous. I'm so excited too. So before I even dive into the information, I just want to say, guys, anyone can do this. Anyone can apply this. I don't care where you are in your life, how stuck. I was in one of the worst ruts in my life, like not happy, not confident, nothing. Like I lost a lot of stuff and turned it all around. All of you can manifest. All of you can change your life. You're not broken. You can heal. Neuroplasticity is a thing. I will get into that. You have power. But one thing I want you guys to know is manifestation is co-creation. So what we got to do first is we got to take radical responsibility for our life, meaning you got to take your power back. No more blaming, complaining, playing the victim card. You want to change your life around? Take your power back. Take radical responsibility. Know that wherever you are, you co-created it. But we get to change it around because we are the sole creators of our reality, okay? But you got to show up for yourself. You've got to do the work. If you do this work, just this work alone, this module, you will shift your life radically because I manifested clients, I changed and healed my life, and I'm going to take you through the process. Hello, Melody. Hey. Yes, thank you for tagging too, guys. I appreciate you so much. I love you. Okay, so you can do this. Just show up for yourself, okay? And then also, right before I dive into this information, please, whatever you've heard about manifestation, for today, pretend you don't know anything about anything. Okay, our mind, and I'm going to tell you a lot about the brain, how it works, but our mind is like, if you tell yourself you know something, you've heard a bunch of stuff, you're not even going to hear it. And I guarantee it, there are things you don't know, or maybe you probably wouldn't be in this masterclass. And I'm a big believer, if you're here for a reason. So I want you to like drop everything that you've heard about manifestation, okay? Take a deep breath. Lean back and listen. Don't take notes for the very first time because you'll miss things in between. Let things hit you in the heart center. Just lean back. Hello, Sherry, okay? Lean back. You will have time to watch replays, and you can come back and take notes, okay? But for today, just lean back. Just listen, okay? Open your heart. Clean your mind. You don't know anything about manifestation. Let go of all those superstitions. You don't need crystals. You can have them. I have some around me, but you don't need them. Let go of all of the, you got to think positive only. You don't ever feel bad, because a lot of law of attraction books and manifestation rhetoric, they're all about spiritual bypass. And please let me know in the comment if you know anybody that just thinks about something and they manifest it. That's never worked for me. It's never worked for my clients. So it's a bunch of baloney. But I mean, I like the movie The Secret. It's positive, but it doesn't actually work on the fact that we have emotional coding, we have blocks, and we actually manifest from our subconscious mind. So I am all about doing the deep shit, the unsexy work to bring out the sexy, okay? So you don't have to be positive all the time, okay? You're not going to manifest being negative, okay? Because if you're just flapping affirmations, that's what spiritual bypass is, right? And it's actually, guys, spiritual bypass, when you're feeling negative or whatever, and you're just trying to like, oh, I'm just happy, I'm great, whatever. What you're actually doing is you're preventing yourself from actually being able to manifest what you actually want. Kayla's like, yes. Why? Because the truth is, guys, you want to explore your negative thoughts. You want to explore those triggers. You want to explore those judgments. Why? Because they're telling you, you got some blocks, you got some healing to do, and it's that shit that's getting in the way of you manifesting what you want. Negative thoughts, emotions, like, are your guidance system. Your judgments, I'll talk about judgments in a bit, I'll talk about triggers, but they are your roadmaps to where you need to unblock. So you got to look at that stuff, because that's the stuff we got to really clean up. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Roxanne. Hello, gorgeous. Okay, that's the stuff we got to unblock, okay? And as I get into this process, I'll explain how we have to investigate this stuff, okay? Like your triggers are your teachers. Your judgments show so much about things that you have been like pushing aside in your shadow, things that you actually consciously want, but you've been denied, and like, yeah, so we got to look at that stuff, okay? And it's okay. You're not going to manifest by looking at the inner work, okay? And I'm not about like rehashing trauma, because I'll get into this and you guys don't know what I mean. But we have to know our blocks, right? The first part of transforming our life is awareness of where we're stuck and what we have going on unconsciously, right? Guys, a human mind has about, on average, you have 70,000 thoughts a day, 75,000 thoughts a day, and you're not aware of 95% of them, because 95% of them are things that are looping in your subconscious mind that you thought yesterday, the day before, things literally from your childhood, and you're not aware of them. We as humans, we have a conscious mind that's 5%, and then we have a subconscious that's 95%. And the unconscious part is a good thing because you don't have to think so much, but we're not aware of all the stuff that's going on in there. We are not aware. Thank you for tagging, Lakeisha. You're amazing. Thank you. We're not aware of that. Okay, we are on autopilot so much of our day. And so you're thinking about things, feeling things, doing things, pulling things, and you're not even aware of, right? So this is why I pay attention to why I don't feel good. My biggest thing in my manifestation process is always paying attention to my emotions, because you're not aware of what you're thinking until all of a sudden you're like, oh, you feel like shit. And then it's like, why do I feel like shit? And then you realize, I'm going to teach you guys this, if you really use your emotions as a guidance system, you're going to realize, holy crap, I'm thinking a bunch of crap that's not in alignment. I'm thinking a bunch of things that are actually limiting me, right? We have judgments, and when we get triggered by people, it's not them, it's us. It's where we might have to do some healing. It's where we have blocks, and it's where we have to integrate shadow, right? So I will go deeper into the subconscious stuff at the end of this formula sequence, whatever I want to call it here, but I'm going to take you through the process to understand what you got to do first and then how you got to heal it. Tammy says, so true. Helen says, 100%. Thank you, Haley, for tagging. You guys are amazing, right? So pay attention to your triggers, and I'll help you guys when we get into the subconscious part to how to actually start to figure out, all right, where am I really blocked? Where do I need to heal? Where do I need to do shadow work? Because we manifest from the subconscious, guys, okay? And really, manifestation for me is really like, the universe's intention for me is really for us to just grow back into our most powerful, self-worthy, authentic, higher selves. Like, we're just supposed to be a better human. We're supposed to become a better version of ourselves. And we got to peel back all these onion layers because we're literally masked with limiting beliefs and all this emotional coding that's stuck in our body. And that's why we can't manifest what we want, right? Everything that's happening to us is a reflection of us, of what's going on inside. It's a reflection of where we either have high self-worth, that's when you actually manifest things that you want, and then the things that we don't like, it's because that's where the universe is showing us where we have underdeveloped self-worth. Hello, Brooke. And where we need to unblock and grow on a subconscious level. I will get into more of this if you're like, what? If you're new to my world, but this will all make sense. But guys, we came into this world, we were whole, we were confident, we were authentic, we had a purpose, you know, we felt worthy of everything, we were abundant, right? Like, and then all of a sudden, it's like, what happened, right? Because the truth, guys, if you don't have what you want right now, it's only because you don't have the right beliefs. You were born with the right beliefs, because no baby is born in the world feeling unworthy, thinking they don't deserve attention, thinking they're not enough. You know, babies don't think, no, don't give me attention, don't spend money on me. You were born worthy, abundant, feeling like you could have whatever the hell you want, right? But then as we continue to grow, toddlers into childhood, like, our experiences in our early years, and mostly from the ages of 0 to 7, it chipped away a lot at our self-worth and self-belief. We experienced shame, guilt, pain, trauma that created all these little insecurities of low self-worth that live in our subconscious mind, right? Because you manifest when you feel deserving and when you believe you can have something. So when you don't believe you can have something, you don't feel worthy, it's tied back to something that happened in your childhood most of the time. And trauma is usually anything after age of 7, right? But we picked up all these limiting beliefs, but we weren't born like that, you know? And the only reason, guys, that the universe sends us these lessons, challenges, negative things that we don't like is just so that we can grow back into our self-worth and authenticity. All the negative things that are happening is not the universe punishing you. It's just showing you, yo, you got to raise your standards in your life. You got to heal some stuff. You got to integrate your shadow so you get to a place of feeling worthy and deserving. And then you become really magnetic. Kim said, shared and tagged you on both Facebook and Instagram. Oh, I love you. Hello, Helen. Oh, you guys are amazing. Born abundant and then shiz happened. Shit happened. Yeah. things happen, shame, guilt, trauma, like, and I could say, guys, I had the best freaking childhood. I grew up poor because we were immigrants, but like so much love. And then when I did work, I found stuff because things do happen and you don't have to have trauma. It could just be the fact that maybe people always told you you're too loud. That might have caused trauma. Like all kinds of things. And some of us don't even remember that we've had trauma in our childhood because it's so, your brain is always trying to protect you, right? So Magnetic Mind's not even a program to help you find trauma, to dig it all up, but I go through like the fact that we got to feel it. We have emotional codes. Everything's stored in our body, and then the limiting beliefs are stored in our brain, okay? So you were born worthy, and then things chipped away at your self-worth, okay? So anything that's negative happening in your life is just the universe trying to show you what you got to unblock, what you got to heal, and where you got to raise your damn standards, right? We manifest completely for our emotions and our subconscious beliefs that we picked up from ages of 0 to 7. And anything after ages of 7 is usually trauma, right? So everything that's looping subconsciously that you're not even aware of is what you're actually manifesting. You can consciously say that you love money, deserve money, but subconsciously you have a whole bunch of limiting beliefs, And when we just think that we can only think positive, it doesn't work. We got to actually look at this stuff, okay? So, hello, Andrea. Hello, Brandy. What's Brandy saying? I talk too much. Yeah, me too. Go away. Dismissed, right? Little things, guys. Little things. You don't have to have serious trauma. You could have come from the best family ever, but there were things that were probably said to you, things that you have seen that created low self-worth, that created shame and pain. There are things, all of us, okay? Because our parents didn't know better. Our parents ran the same programming that their parents ran on them, right? And nobody knows emotional intelligence. So that's another issue, but that's for tomorrow, okay? Andrew says, I like that. It may not be trauma. Yeah, trauma, I feel like, is defined whatever way you want. Not everybody has to define it in like a really bad way, right? We all, though, experience trauma. I really believe that. Rachel, I don't stuff down anything anymore. I let it process and don't make it mean anything. Amazing, beautiful. Kelly says, love that. Raise your damn standards. Yeah, raise your goddamn standards, right? Because we've been settling a lot. And we'll get into this. So the second important thing before I get into the sequence about manifestation, I think I already said it, but we are co-creating with the universe. You are not a victim. So we got to really step back and like empower ourselves that everything outside of us is just a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And I want to empower you that you can change it. You can rewire your brain. I'm going to talk about epigenetics, neuroscience, plastic. You're not stuck. Your brain is not fixed. Your brain is not fixed. You should think that it was fixed by age 40. No. You can create new neuron pathways. You can become a different person. You can think different. You can talk different. You can feel different. Peter says, I didn't talk enough. Yeah, and then people probably thought you were shy and didn't give you that attention, and all of a sudden, low self-worth. There's just stuff, guys. As I talk, you're going to start thinking about it. I'm going to give you guys some ideas of where to look, okay? Hi, Corey. Corey shared. Amazing. Thank you. Brooke says, this makes total sense. I need to start raising my standards and believe I am worth it. Yeah. Guys, we're settling a lot. Okay, so when I get into the sequence, I'm going to talk a lot about red flags. I'm going to talk about tests. And tests are not the universe punishing. It's showing you you're settling again. Are you going to settle again? Because when you stop settling in your life and you raise your damn standards, you start pulling in the things you actually want. Okay? But you're not a victim. The universe is not happening to you. You're always dancing with the universe. You are co-creating with the universe subconsciously. Okay? So we got to know what's going on in there. Okay? And then again, so this formula, there's only 2 really steps. Okay? And you got to know what you want. You got to clean out energy and you got to reprogram. But the rest of the sequence of what I'm going to explain, you got to take yourself through it, right? I don't believe anyone has the exact same manifestation process. It happens differently for all of us. But what I'm going to share with you guys is the foundational pieces. There are things like tests. You got to know what you want. You got to understand energy. And then a bunch of stuff that I'm going to talk about, okay? And the subconscious mind's important. So let's dive into the sequence, okay? And then we're going to get into the subconscious mind stuff, the neuroplasticity. I'm going to give you guys 2 tools to consciously reprogram. I'm going to give you 1 tool to reprogram the subconscious when you're unconscious. And it's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm excited. Brooke, this makes total sense. Okay, I read that. Alexandra, hello, gorgeous lady. Hello, hello. Okay, so first things first, guys. In any manifestation formula, what the hell do you want? Like, we got to know what we want. And usually if you don't know what you want, look at what you don't want, right? Polarity creates a lot of clarity. But truly, what do you desire? What do you want to feel? What do you want to be doing? The first step of manifesting is like I want you to create a desire list, okay? So funny enough, one of the biggest reasons we don't even manifest what we want is because we don't really know what we want. And I've worked with thousands of women at this point because I used to be a personal trainer as well. And I can tell you, a lot of us ladies, and men too, we don't know what we want. And we struggle to define what we want. And a huge reason why I do believe we do know, but we don't let ourselves go there is because A, we have limiting beliefs, and B, we have so much low self-worth that we don't even allow ourselves to dream up big dreams. We don't even allow ourselves. Why? Because a lot of us have disappointment wounds. We got disappointed. Someone didn't show up for us. Someone said they were going to do something for us and they didn't. And so because we've been disappointed, and again, guys, your body stores everything. All of the wounds, it's all stored there. So because of that and the low self-worth we have, we don't even allow ourselves to dream. We don't. I ask my clients to think of big dreams and it's hard for them because they can't get around it. And it's, again, because of the low self-worth, the things that chipped away during our childhood, and a lot of disappointment wounds, okay? We carry around a lot of wounding, right? And then the next slide, I'm going to talk about feminine energy and masculine energy because they're so important, guys, to manifesting what we want. But today we're just going to talk about the sequence. So I want you guys to dream up big dreams again. When you're little, dream up some big dreams. Believe you didn't Santa. Kim says, I raised my standards a lot, and so many people have moved out of my energetic field because of it. It's been an interesting journey, but I can't wait for the future holds. Guys, I will tell you right now, when you start this journey, so I have a wolf in my, the wolf stands for a lot of things. It's the alpha wolf. It's a packed animal. We're packed animals, guys, species, right? But also, I use the wolf too because I believe, and let me know in the comments, that whenever you do your own self-development journey, there's going to be a stage where you're going to have a lone wolf stage. And the next piece to this formula, I'm going to talk about energetic cleaning. And it means we got to remove people out of our lives sometimes. And when we're changing, some people don't resonate with our frequency anymore. And so you might at some point, if you're going to have a lone wolf stage where you're just you can't connect with anyone. But I'm telling you that lone wolf stage will be the best thing that ever happened to you, because when you make space from the people that are not aligned with you anymore, you're going to pull in the most magical humans that are meant to be in your life, that will lift you up, that will help expand you. So it's okay if there are times during your manifestation process, your self-development journey, where you're alone. Isolation is okay, okay? Energetics, we got to remove things so that we can actually create space to move things in, right? Brandy, love it. Let's do it. This work absolutely changes your life. I cannot rate enough, 100%. Lone wolf has happened during all my stages. You are talking to me right now. So resonating, Alexandra. Yeah, lone wolf stage. And it is okay. It's beautiful, guys. It's a beautiful thing, okay? The lone wolf stage will allow you to bring in the people that you're meant to be with. So this is where emotional intelligence is so important. We're going to talk about that in the next call. But being able to be alone and not have our family or friends or no one get it, it's okay. You will find the people that are meant to be in your life. The lone wolf self. Fuck yes. This is brutal, but so worth it. Yes, this is so true. When you grow yourself, you attract others in line, that person you're becoming. Exactly. I'm going to talk about expanders in a little bit too. Guys, this is amazing, okay? So right now, if you're sitting there and you're feeling I can't think of big dreams because you're I don't feel worthy, just do it. Just do it, okay? What I want to challenge you after this call, when you decide to go take notes, is I want you to sit alone, tap into your childhood wonder, and dream up at least 100 things. 100 things. Stretch yourself that you want to manifest. Okay? Because step one in manifestation is, all I want you guys to do is create a desire list. Write up 100 things. Okay? Don't limit yourself, because you have a lifetime to manifest a lot of stuff. Don't put time limits on your goals and your desires, guys. I'll tell you right now, when things happen is not in your control. Your control is, what the hell do you want? What do you want? Okay? But when it's going to happen, that's not in your control. Why? Because time is a man-made creation. We created it. We needed to know when to go to places and how long things were. But the universe, universe is I don't know what a human watches, okay? The universe doesn't work on time. It works on alignment, okay? So I want to teach you guys how to align, and when it happens, it happens. It depends how much you need expansion of what you're trying to call in. So the first thing I want you to do is, when you write out your desire list, you're going to start planting energetic seeds into the universe. But what's important here, guys, and most people do this, they write up just the big dreams. I want you to have big dreams, things that you're I can't even get my mind around it. There's no way. Just write that shit down, okay? But then I want you to write down desires that are small, like that you know that it's possible for you to manifest, right? So for me, it's kind of like you have your macro and your micro. Your macro are like the big 5 to 10 years things that you want to manifest. And then you want micro stuff, like small things that you could see yourself manifesting 5 to 7 months, right? Because if we're only manifesting really big things, and they're going to take a while because it depends how much unblocking you have to do and how much you have to expand yourself to believe it's possible, then we get in our head. When we don't get results as humans, we tend to give up because we love immediate gratification. Like, oh my God, we want things like yesterday, right? So we want to write down little small things, right? And the reason I want you guys to write really small things is, first of all, you are manifesting all the time, but some of us don't really know that we're doing it yet. They don't understand how this works. I want you to start with manifesting a coffee. Like, that's your challenge. Try manifesting a coffee. Like, I want you to write down, oh my God, it feels so good and amazing. Someone brought me a coffee today. And tap into how amazing that feels, okay? Why do I want you guys to do this? Because you will manifest that coffee if you do this. Write that shit down as if, in gratitude. And then when that happens is what is going to start happening is you're going to start growing your manifestation muscle. It's like a muscle, guys. Until we start manifesting little things, then we can start believing in the big things. And that's how it started with me. I started with like a coffee. I really went hard on this formula because I was like, I'm going to prove that this manifestation things work, because everything I read about this whole thing positive didn't. So then I started learning about the subconscious mind, and then I learned about emotional coding, and then I'm like, oh, it works. But I started with small stuff, and then I worked my way up. And the moment that you start manifesting little things, your muscle is going to grow, your trust is going to grow, and then you're going to believe, holy crap, like I'm a badass manifester. I can manifest anything. And then the more you believe, because the law of life is like law of belief, you're going to start manifesting more. So we want to grow our manifestation muscles, right? So have big dreams. I want to be a multi-millionaire. I want to be on stage with Tony Robbins. You know, I want to marry, all this stuff. But then have small things like unexpected money coming. Oh my God, wouldn't that be nice? Like one-on-one clients, a vacation, things that you can believe that could possibly happen, right? You have changed my world, Jean says. Since I started your programs in mid-2020, I've unblocked so much. You are magic. Thank you. Oh, I love you. I love you. And Tammy says, what do you say when you write down your desires? So this is how I write down my desires. Again, this is what I do, but you can some manifestation people say you can just write them down what you want. I like to write as if they've already happened. So how I write them is always like, I am so grateful and I feel so excited and I'm so happy that I just manifested another one-on-one client who paid in full. I am so grateful and I'm so excited because, again, guys, what I want you guys to know is a lot of things we're manifesting is our feelings. Like, you're not manifesting just like the Mercedes you want, manifesting the feelings of habit. We're always chasing feelings. We're chasing experiences all the time, right? That's why I don't get so specific on what I want. And again, but you can. I've manifested being really specific, and I've manifested just being like, it feels so amazing and great that I just manifested a client and money come in. So the way I write it always as if it's already kind of happened, and I write it from a place of gratitude. So always from my feelings. It feels so good and amazing that I just got another podcast interview. Oh my God, it feels so amazing. I got a free coffee. I am so grateful and thankful. And that's how I write it down. And so when you write it down too, guys, you want to make sure that you read it. So activating your throat chakra is part of it. So you know that our thoughts, like there's been measurements of our frequency, and our voice, words that you're speaking also have a frequency that's even more powerful than you thinking something. So you want to write down your list, your macro, your micro, and then you want to speak it out loud. Okay? And like, oh my God, it's so amazing. Like literally, you got to be in that vibe. So don't do this list if you're in a shitty mood. Only when you're in a really good mood. Like go do a dance, get some music on, get in the vibe. Jennifer says, I manifested like 3 free self-help programs, and now I'm like, wow, this stuff really works. Time to move on to bigger things. Exactly. Grow your muscle. We are manifesting all the time, guys. But I want you to get to fact. I want to help you manifest what you actually want. So write it down, guys. Write things down. Write things down, okay? I'll tell you why you got to write down, because it actually brings your subconscious mind forward, and it makes your brain actually remember things, okay? So write it down, speak it out, list it out, okay? And then what I want you guys to do next is I want you to write a red flag list. This is your non-negotiable. These are your deal breakers. Why I want you to do this is because it's going to help you to know when you have tests. So I'm going to go into what happens when we're manifesting. We get tested. We get tested to see if we're really committed, if we trust, and for us to show the universe we're not settling anymore, we're raising our goddamn standards, which is raising our self-worth. So you're going to look at your desire list and you're going to write like non-negotiables, right? So let's say if you wanted to manifest a partner, okay, what are your non-negotiables? Because the universe is going to send you partners, and it might not be the one that you want. He might be all perfect, but there might be a red flag. And the red flag is there to test you to see, are you going to settle or are you going to wait for the one that you really want, right? So if you want to manifest the partner, what are your non-negotiables? What would you be your deal breakers, right? Like maybe for you it'd be like, well, they need to have kids. So a deal breaker to be them not wanting kids. And they could be perfect, but if they don't want kids, that's a red flag. You know, maybe the non-negotiable is like they need a good sense of humor. You know, they need to want to get married, right? You got to get clear on these things, because what's going to happen is the universe literally sends us like a dangling carrot, and it could be like the perfect person, but there's one red flag, and that red flag is there. The universe is testing you to show you, hey, are you going to settle? Because if you settle, then you just missed out on the actual incredible partner that you actually want, right? So like, let's say you're manifesting a house, right? And you write out all the things that you want in your house. Big windows, need to be in a good neighborhood, big backyard, trees, whatever it is, right? And then you go somewhere, and then there's gonna be like one thing that's missing, and it's your red flag thing. Well, again, if you settle and you're like, whatever, I'll just accept it. It doesn't back up onto a forest, but I'll accept it. Well, you just missed out on your manifestation. But if you say no, the next thing that's gonna happen is your actual manifestation. Like, this is how it works. We settle in our life, guys, because our self-worth is low. And if you know and you're clear on your red flags, your non-negotiables, when you see them, that's the universe being like, gonna settle or no? Don't settle. Don't settle, okay? Like, so if you want soul-aligned clients, what would be your red flags? Maybe people blowing up your DMs. Maybe that's not the client you should take, but then you do, and then it's someone that, like, wears your energy out, right? Know what you want and have a red flag list of like, what are the things that are going to be your deal breakers? So you know when you're being tested. You know when something's coming up because you've probably settled again, right? So write those out. No more settling. No, no, no. I'm telling you guys, don't settle. Raise your standards, okay? Hello, beautiful Rebecca. I will come back from the replay. Okay, amazing, right? So again, I'm going to say, don't type this up. Paper to pen. Okay, the first processor, I'm going to hear brain stuff. The first processor in our brain is our retina. And we actually expand through mirror neurons, okay? So it's imperative that you write your list out the old-fashioned way. And the written word has actually been proven, guys, that it's as potent, that it connects our subconscious mind. It's that mind-body connection, right? This is why journaling is actually important. Plus, your brain is 10 times more likely to remember something when you write it down than when you type it into your computer, okay? Sherry, literally happening with me with men so far this year. So don't settle. You see the red flag, don't settle, okay? And then you keep passing those tests. Eventually, the one that you want will come. The one that you want will come, but you cannot settle. Don't ignore red flags, guys. It's like a self-development, like, pro tip. Never, ever, ever ignore red flags. Know what you want, okay? Brandy, I love this. It's making me realize what I've already brought into my life. Oh, yes, amazing. You're going to realize so much by the end of this. Oh, my God. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so paper to pen, okay? And you guys know what's so freaking crazy? So I did a masterclass similar to this. I added a whole bunch of new stuff to this, but I was looking back at my old notes, and I was talking about in the live how I'm like, I want to manifest this incredible man, and then we're going to go to Italy for 3 weeks. And like, literally, like, that's what I'm doing, like 2021 with my boyfriend. Like, it's so crazy, guys. It doesn't shock me anymore. Things don't even shock me. It used to shock me when I started manifesting, and now I'm like, yeah, like, because everything that I really want to specifically manifest in my life, I take myself through this process, and it works. Like, it works, okay? Like, seriously, if you apply this stuff and embody it, you're going to manifest. And if you want to do deeper work in a 5-week program where I take this and take you through it for 5 weeks, you're going to have anything you want. Like, you're going to change your life. That's how much, like, belief I have in this program, right? What I'm teaching you guys today is the foundational stuff, okay? This stuff is so important, but you've got to do the work, okay? This is the work. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So you got your You got your desire list. You got big dreams. You got things that you know are attainable within 3 to 7 months. And you got your deal breaker, your red flag, so that you know when you're getting tested, you know when not to settle. Then the second thing we want to do is we want to make space, okay? So you got to look at your list and you got to say to yourself, all right, what do I need to get rid of that's going to make space for these things to come through? Energy needs space, guys. Okay, it's like energetics 101. Okay, you got to remove something to bring something in. Okay, now I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I did a really awesome live. It's like 13 minutes. It's in this group and on my personal page about, like, I think it's called how you're probably cock blocking the universe by keeping things. So I was talking about in this live about, like, let's say you want a man, you're like, or a woman that you want to really marry. You're like ready to settle down. You're ready for it. But energetically, you're blocking yourself because you're keeping around contacts of fuck buddies. Maybe you're talking to fuck buddies. Maybe you're still keeping contacts of your ex's pictures, material items. Like, all of this stuff blocks us, right? A lot of us need to do a lot of forgiveness work, right? If there are people that you're still bitter and angry, guys, there's an energetic connection to those people. And until you forgive and you release and you make space and get rid of all of that stuff, you can't pull in the person that you really want, right? If we hang on to things that aren't aligned, how are we going to make space for the things that we actually want, right? Like in the live, I talked about, like, even like you want the best fit, healthy body. Like, okay, like a lot of us, especially ladies, we keep around these seasons of fat clothes. Like, why are you doing that? You're sending missed signals to the universe. Energetically, you're saying, yeah, I want a fit body, universe, but I'm also keeping all this stuff. So the universe is like, all right, so you want to be fit, and then you want to be fat again, then you want to be fit, and then you want to be fat again. Like, why do you keep these clothes if you're ready to step into who you want to be, this fit version of yourself, right? We got to make space. We got to do forgiveness work. This is a thing, you know? Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to let go? What do you need to clear out? Clear out your phone. Clear out your pictures. You want new furniture? Clear out the old furniture, right? Make space, okay? A lot of people, we tend to, you know, in self-development where we do a lot of inner work, it's so important, but we got to do external actions too, guys. We got to take the actions. And that's why next call I'm excited, because I'll talk about feminine energy, I'll talk about masculine energy, because a lot of people forget that there's something called the law of action. You got to do some stuff too. You can't just sit there and be like, bring it to me, right? You got to do things, right? Let's see. I manifested my man while I was in Italy. Oh, Randy, that's amazing. Agree. Alicia says, I agree. Definitely a great reminder for me right now to stand in my ground and not settle. Yeah, stop settling, guys. When we don't settle, you're raising your self-worth. You're raising that deservingness. And then you're going to pull in the magic. I'll talk more about this soon, okay? So, what are we talking about? So, you got to clear energy, okay? So now the next steps, they're not steps, they're just part of the sequence. There are things like tests that come. We got intuitive hits. I'm going to talk about that right now. When they come during your manifestation process, it doesn't matter. The important thing is, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? You got to make space and you got to reprogram. The next pieces like intuitive downloads and nudges and pings and tests, they're going to come when they come, okay? But I'm going to explain them to you so you guys are aware of them, and then you don't settle and you up level and you take on the test. Crystal says, yes, write a letter to your ex, what they did to you, and forgive them, burn the letter. Yeah, I always tell my clients, and we'll do this in Magnetic Mind again. I make all of my clients go through it. Write all that shit out. Forgive yourself, forgive them, burn it, pee on it, poop on it, burn it. Burning things is very, very, like I don't know, just makes you therapeutically, can't work. It just makes you feel good. Okay, you're just gonna release some stuff. Burn it, feel into it that it's like leaving you. But seriously, we're connected to people that we don't forgive, and we're hurting ourselves more than anything. When we harbor anger, it's hurting us more than it is them. And like harboring anger takes up space, guys. Takes up space in your energy, in your body. Okay? So next steps again, so these are the sequence. Okay, so I'm gonna start with intuitive downloads. I'll start with tests, okay? So there are things that happen in the universe when we finally are like, I want this universe, you declare, things are going to start happening. You're going to get tested. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have these prove it moments, okay? And these are sent to you because the universe wants to help you not settle. The universe is going to test you, not to punish you, but it wants to see how committed are you. You know you're asking for big things. So if there's a problem, how do you show up for them, right? Challenges and tests are really our opportunities to raise our self-worth, right? Because if you think about it, guys, anytime we're manifesting something, we're all manifesting something that we don't have yet, something that's bigger than us, obviously. And because we don't have it, it's because we don't feel worthy of it. We don't believe subconsciously that we can have it, right? This is why your red flag list is really important in this part, because situations are going to come up. And when you notice there's a red flag, it's like, oh no, 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 no. This is where I've settled before. I can't settle here again. I'm going to raise my self-worth and I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to date this guy anymore because it's a red flag. No, I'm not going to take this house because it doesn't have exactly what I want. You got to trust that that thing you actually want is around the corner, right? Don't settle. If you settle for a red flag, you lower your self-worth again, and then you keep manifesting the same old stuff all the time. So this is what happens. You write your list out, you declare it, and all of a sudden tests come up. And it's going to be testing you to see, like, are you ready to raise your standards? Are you going to keep settling for the same old stuff, right? The universe also tests us to see if, like, we're really committed, if we really trust ourselves, and we trust that the universe is going to deliver what we want, right? And yet, again, this is like, you got to keep referring back to your desire list and look at those red flags, right? You're looking for those little things that you, similar to things that have happened in your past. Because, like, otherwise, the same experiences, the same things, the situations will keep showing up in your life. You know, manifesting what you want becomes closer and closer every time you pass your tests. Every time you're like, no, not settling, you raise your self-worth. And then the manifestations come closer, right? Because every time you say no, creating boundaries, you're raising your self-worth. When you pass those tests, when you start showing up and you're not settling, you show up for your lessons, you show up for those challenges, right? A lot of us are like entrepreneurs here. We want lots of responsibility, but then all of a sudden we get a hater and we're like, I can't handle this shit. And the universe is like, yo, I thought you wanted to be like Tony Robbins. That like you not handling that one hater, it's going to be an issue, right? So the universe doesn't want to send you your biggest dream and then it's going to squash you because you can't even handle a little hater, right? So your challenges, your lessons, your tests are happening for you. Whatever you're asking for, the universe is going to see, like, can you handle it? Are you going to settle again? And if you can handle it, you show up in your power, you're raising your power. If you stop settling, you're raising your self-worth. This is how we do it, right? Like, again, like if you're manifesting a man, like he's got everything, but there's one red flag and you ignore it, you settled again. And you just missed out on that real amazing man that the universe wanted to give to you. Alicia said, I was going to say that a whole piece of this is trusting myself by not settling and saying no to what I don't want will eventually bring me what I want. 100%, guys, 100%. Brandon says, haha, I just laughed out loud. Man, Crystal's clapping. Yeah. Can't handle a hater? You can't handle thousands of people. Like, seriously, guys. You know, like, I always talk about Walt Disney, because Walt Disney is one of those people who had to, like, go to a bank 30 times, like, to get a yes to make Disneyland. Look how big Disneyland is. If that man got yes, what if he had a problem and gave up? Like, not only are you getting tested to see where you've settled again, but you're getting tested to the universe can see, do you have what it takes? Do you have the resiliency? Do you have the emotional intelligence? You're wanting these big things, empires and all this stuff, but you can't even show up for a shitstorm in your life. Like, you buckle. Like, why would the universe send you something bigger? It's like, you know, as coaches, we want all these clients, but it's like, if you can't handle a few people on like a live call, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're thinking the universe hates you and doesn't want to send you stuff, but it's not like that. The universe is like, you're just not ready yet. You got to grow all of that. Your resiliency, your emotional intelligence, right? Like, really look at what you're asking for. That's why you're getting challenged, right? Kelly says, I struggle with haters, not anymore. Aaron says, the universe falls in love with the stubborn heart. Hell yeah. Used to. Yeah, 100%, right? So, we don't settle, guys. We settle so much. And we're only settling because of all the stuff that happened in our childhood that makes us feel like we're not worthy, right? This is why we don't manifest the epic stuff, because we're constantly settling in our life. We're ignoring red flags. We're not putting up boundaries. We're not removing the shit that's not in alignment with what we want, right? So there's like, the universe like, there's a mismatch here. I can't bring you what you want, right? We want to constantly raise our self-worth, okay? All the time, raise the damn standards in your life. If there's like one little piece of self-development that you want to take away from here, Just raise your standards in your life. Raise the standards in the kind of friendships you keep, the kind of clients you have, the standards with your body, where you live, the people you have. Raise your goddamn standards and you will just drastically improve your life just by that little piece of advice, right? Imagine the life you lived if every area of your life you started raising the standards in, right? With your body, how people treat you, where you live, the kind of company you keep, the kind of food you're putting in your body, right? You guys heard that quote, raise your standards and the universe will meet you there. And that's how, if you want to talk about relationships, people are always giving you your standards too. Standards of how you treat yourself is what you're teaching other people how to treat you too, right? People always want to give you your standards. So raise your standards and people will meet you there. And the universe will meet you there, right? So in Magnetic Mind, I'm going to teach you guys how to raise your self-worth in a really amazing technique. But raise your standards in your life, guys, okay? So tests, challenges, prove it moments, they're just your opportunity to rise, okay? To prove it, to stop settling, okay? Telling the universe, I'm freaking committed. I trust what is mine, and I'll show up no matter what, right? Because we love to say that we want all this stuff, we want money, thriving businesses, and all these things, and then we're like, I'm going to do lives every day, and then all of a sudden every day you're like, I don't want to, well, that's why you're not manifesting anything. That can't be the thing. You got to show up for it. You are co-creating with the universe all the time. You make a lead, you make a step, you go first, then the universe responds to you. And then you do something, and then the universe responds to you. Okay? Right? We can't be sitting around either. Okay? And this is why, if you have problems with commitment and showing up and leading yourself, go into my badass mode program. Okay? Because discipline and commitment integrity is also very important in manifesting. There's something called law of action, okay? Because the universe doesn't doubt someone whose word is their law, whose word is law, yeah, okay? Anyways, and tomorrow we'll talk about masculine energy. I'll riff about some stuff too. But just remember, you're co-creating with the universe, right? So the universe is always waiting for you after you declare what you want. What's the next move, okay? Manifestation is not a wish, it's an act of alignment. So instead of getting angry that you don't have the thing you want, you got to look at what are you not doing that you need to be doing too. You're co-creating, right? Nothing's ever happening to you. It's happening for you. The bad stuff, the ugly, the tests, the challenges. It's just an opportunity for you to rise, to raise your standard, to raise your self-worth, okay? So pay attention to red flags. Pay attention to when you're being challenged from the universe that you got to prove that you're responsible for holding whatever dream that you're trying to manifest, right? Show up. Do the things you say you're going to do. You become a person of just a lot of integrity too. I'm telling you, you're going to be a powerful manifester. Why would the universe deny you? You always show up. You say you're going to do something, you do it. And then people love you too, FYI. Works in relationships well, okay? Just a little tip there. Brandon says, I need that. Okay, amazing, right? So tests can happen at any time. They'll just happen. You'll see them and you just got to show up for the challenge, okay? And so one of my favorite reframes that I always say when I'm going through a shit storm, I ask for a lot of big things, is this is something I want you to say to yourself. If you're going through a storm right now and it's challenging, it's happening for me. It really is. It's happening for me to become a better person, for me to step more into my power, for me to step more into my self-worth, for me to show up, okay? It's all happening for you, all the bad stuff, I'm telling you, it's happening for you. It's molding you into the person you need to be, depending on what kind of dreams you're asking for. So if you get a lot of storms, look at what you're asking for, It's not like you don't think Tony Robbins and Oprah get tested a lot. Yes, they do. They hold a lot of dreams, but they have the resiliency and the capability because when the shit happens, they show up for it, right? Preach, gorgeous. You are divine. Thank you, Haley. Love that. Yeah, everything is molding you into the person you want to be. This is why I always say, guys, know what you want. Get clear on what you want. If you want really big things and there are a lot of people involved and responsibility, you're going to get tested. You got to be molded into the kind of person that can hold a lot of dreams and responsibility and resiliency, right? Right? It's like Walt Disney. That's why he got 30 no's from the bank. If he got yes the very first time, he wouldn't be the kind of man that was resilient to keep growing Disney World. Because then all of a sudden something would happen and he'd be like, screw this is hard. It's got show up for it. It's happening. So when it's hard, Reframe. It's happening for me. It's happening for me. It's molding me. I'm getting closer to my manifestation. And then now what? And then you always know intuitively what you got to do. You always know. You don't need anybody else to tell you. You always know what the next thing is. Which brings me to the next step sequence of the formula. And we're going to talk about intuitive downloads, which are your little whispers, which are your pings, your nudges that tell you what you got to do next. I call these like the do this moments that you just get out of nowhere. You guys know what I mean? You get a little download, and they're the things that are leading you to your manifestation. They're your clues, okay? Media says showing up for yourself and the biggest thing you can do for yourself, 100%, and everybody around you. Monica, that's my 2021 personal goal, raising my integrity with myself. I've bailed on myself for way too long. No more, sis. No. Make your standard your word. My standard is my word. If you're a coach here listening and you want people to trust you and buy from you, then whatever you say you're going to do, do it. Nobody wants to be with someone that they can't trust. And this goes for all relationships. When you're the kind of human that's always like, I'll show up at 5 o'clock, and you do. You say to your man that you're going to do something. You say to your kids, your friends, people want to marry you. People want to be around you because everybody wants to be around someone that has integrity, that says they're going to do what they're going to do. And then I want to hire people like that because then I know they're not flaky. I don't want to hire a coach or someone that's just like, I'm going to do something and then they're not there and then they disappear. People want to trust you. So make your standard your word and show up. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I'm telling you. Big pro tip. Milda, that was life-changing too. Life is happening for me. What's the reason? Always there's something. Always. There's a lesson you need to learn. There's something that needs to mold you. Or again, it's something you've settled for before in the past, and it's coming up again. The universe is testing you. Are you going to settle? And you're going to be like, hell no, and you're going to step into your power, and you're going to raise your standards, and magic's going to start happening in your life. Monica, I can do that for anyone, but it's for myself. Yeah. And integrity is so big, guys, because our self-esteem, our self-confidence is so tied to our integrity. Every time you break promises to yourself, you're not confident in yourself. You want to know one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people have a hard time investing in themselves? It's not that they don't believe that the program will work, the coach will work, or whatever it is. It's that they know that they've bailed on themselves all the time, right? If you're the type of person that's constantly signing up for diets and gyms and programs, you don't show up for it and you don't do it, you're starting to feel like a gamble. And that's a big issue because when you feel like a gamble, you don't believe in yourself, right? That's why, when you want to talk about magnetism, one of the things that makes us really magnetic to what we want is when you're really scared and you do it anyways. When you're really scared and you do it anyways and you keep your word and you follow through, you will become so freaking magnetic. But when you break your word all the time, of course you don't believe in yourself. That's why you don't invest. And that's why then it won't even work, that the investments won't work because you're not going to show up for it. So you just keep promises to yourself, that right there is going to change things in your life. Because the more you keep your promises to you, you're going to grow your self-confidence, your self-belief. And again, this whole thing that I'm going to talk about today is that you get in life what you believe in. You get in life what you feel worthy of. You don't believe in yourself. How are you going to pull in magical things, right? So I'm going to get back to intuitive downloads, right? So tests are going to happen, and then when you're declaring your desires and whatever it is that you want, you're going to get intuitive hits, okay? Our society doesn't nourish intuition, but you guys know this. Anyone who's watching, you've had whispers, you've had nudges, you've had pings of hey, go there. All of a sudden this book comes out of nowhere, falls off, a shelf in chapters. That's a clue. There are these little to-do moments that you get out of nowhere. All of a sudden you're like, I want someone to change my life, and all of a sudden you see magnetic mind, right? It's there. The universe is showing you, hey, you're asking for help in something, and then all of a sudden it happens. And if you get a feeling, so your intuition for me is like your gut. When you feel a pull to something, follow it. It's a clue. It's getting you closer to your manifestation, right? So for me, intuitive downloads are these divine hits of inspiration, the ideas, they're little knowings, right? These answers that you get out of nowhere. They're the clue to where your manifestations are. It's our little roadmap, right? And this is so important to follow when you get a nudge, a ping, you feel like a gut pull to something, because this is how the universe communicates with you, right? And it's trying to tell you this is what you got to do next in order to get to whatever it is that you want to manifest, right? So for me, when I knew I didn't want to work for anyone anymore, I didn't want to work in the corporate world anymore, I wanted my own business, I wanted to do it my way, make a lot of money, you know, I was getting ready to register to continue my master's in psychology, and then out of nowhere, someone popped up that I knew from university, and she was like, I'm a coach. And I was like, what's a coach? And then I watched her live. I got a pull to it, and she started talking about how she launched her coaching business, and everything just went, oh my God, this is the thing. I don't need to get my master's. I can be an entrepreneur and coach and do this right now. And it was just like it was a ping. It was like, this is it. And all of a sudden I got like this huge like body feeling, and I'm like, this is it. And then I went for it, and it worked, right? Sometimes we're asking for things and we don't know the roadmap. But you gotta be open for downloads, for signs, right? I want to manifest an awesome, photographer that hair and makeup. And then one day I was hanging out with my brother, and his friend was talking about how like his friend was dating some girl that does like, photography. And he's just like, you'd ask her, and I did. And I got this gut feeling to reach out to her, and she did hair and makeup and all the things, right? She became one of my good friends, right? So like whatever you're asking for, like you're gonna get little nudges and hits, and this is hard for people because I'm telling you that like society doesn't nourish our intuition, but you have an intuition. If you really sat there with yourself, you're always getting little whispers of something is telling you to go do this thing. Pull, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes we get angel numbers. I'm big into angel numbers, right? Like if I see an angel number 3 times and I ask the universe, I need a sign, because you can do this, guys. You can ask the universe for signs, and I see something 3 times. I'm like, yep, that's what I got to do next, right? But you got to nurture something like this. You just got to be open. So like, like you're manifesting something, and all of a sudden you're watching TV, and like someone keeps bringing something up in a commercial that's related to something you want. Like follow that. That's like some pathway that's going to lead you to a manifestation, right? So you got to create some stillness. You can ask the universe. You can ask your subconscious mind before you go to bed. Your subconscious mind is actually a bridge to the universe. When you're sleeping, communicating with the universe. You can ask your subconscious mind. Do you know how many books? I used to read a lot of autobiographies, and Einstein and Tesla, they talked about the subconscious mind, and they talked about like some of their ideas were because right before they went to bed, when they were stuck on a problem, they were like, subconscious mind, give me an answer. And then they got the answer when they woke up from their dreams. I always ask myself too. That's why one of my best practices in the morning, guys, is I'll write universe or soul, what do I need to know? And then I'll just write out what's ever in my mind. Sometimes there's a message, sometimes it's nothing, but you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of evidence that like ask your subconscious mind and it will come up, right? So when you're manifesting things, guys, like let's say it could be like clients or whatever, and all of a sudden your friend's like, hey, I'm going to this event, if an opportunity comes up, say yes. One of my things that changed my business, guys, and manifestation process, I made myself a commitment that when opportunities came up, even if they were scary and unqualified, I always said yes. Because you're going to figure it out anyways, right? Say yes to opportunities. Someone's going somewhere and it feels like they're feeling a gut feeling. There's something connected. Maybe it's a person who's going to introduce you to a person that's going to help you get a client, or, something, right? Oh my God, so many angel numbers lately. Amazing. Alicia says, I found that most times my intuitive hits don't make sense in terms of what I'm being called to act on. Yeah, so like, go check it out. That's why you gotta like feel in your gut, right? I'm not saying take all of opportunities. If an opportunity feels weird to you, it's like, no, then maybe that's not it. But like, just trust your gut. Like I have like found books on things that I needed an answer on that like just came out of nowhere. And sometimes like I open my closet and there's a book that's like sticking out to me. And I don't know, like I'm so intuitive now that like I follow everything that's coming to me, and I say yes to opportunities, and it's always connecting me to what I want. Holy, you got into theta waves when you go into theta waves when you sleep. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to talk about theta waves. I'm going to talk about the subconscious mind after this. I'm almost there. I'm almost done with the sequence. Katarina says, wow, you're dropping so many gems. Dan, thank you so much. Yay, I love you. Guys, go back and listen to this again. Rewatch it a few times. I always say this in my programs, but there are things right now that you want to listen to and that you're getting, but there's stuff that you're probably missing. There's always something you're going to hear, especially for my programs, because I drop so many little bombs, little energetic seeds for you guys. Alicia, goes to show that there will never be a perfect time to do anything, just when the universe wants you to do it. Exactly. Just show up for it, right? Like people think there's a lot of people in the entrepreneur world, they think they're perfect. Those people showing up every damn. Do you know I couldn't do these guys? I couldn't do lives. They scared the shit out of me. And I had to keep practicing. I'm going to teach you a tool that helped me become confident doing them. Okay? We're getting there. Okay? So you're going to get tested, and you're going to have pings. You're going to have like pulls. You're going to have gut feelings. Just trust it, Speak to the universe. Speak to your subconscious mind. Ask for signs. You can say, universe, if I see a blue butterfly somewhere, I know that it's my time to hire Alina. You know what I mean? Like, I've had stuff like this. When I separated from my partner, this is crazy, and I have a picture of this on my phone, but I was like, I had 2 little girls, and it's a scary decision to make. And I was like, universe, if I see an angel somewhere, okay, then I know today's my day. And then also 999 for me symbolizes the ending of stuff. That day I saw 999 all over the place, but that morning, and I have pictures on my phone, I'll post it on my Facebook group, the car that pulled in front of me, and I was literally thinking about this because it was weighing on my heart. I'm like, do I do it now? Do I leave? The license plate said angel, and I was like, and I did it. I did it the next day. Something I want to note, guys, when you get intuitive pings, move fast. Don't wait, guys. The universe will constantly send you opportunities, but move fast, man. Don't waste your time. One of my biggest advices for you guys is like, don't hang on to things when you know they're not working. Don't ignore red flags in your life. Like, time is the most precious thing you will ever have. Don't waste it, okay? Just move through it. You're gonna be okay. What are your programs? I'll talk about my programs, Patrick, at the end of the call, but I'm going to just get into this too, because I want people to watch this, and I want you guys to go back and just have a big stream, and you don't have me constantly answering questions. But I'm going to talk about my programs at the end if you want to stay tuned, Patrick, okay? Or you can also DM me. Tara says, so many good nuggets. Yeah, move, guys. Opportunities. Was it Branson? Oh, my God, what's his name? But there's a guy that's like an incredible entrepreneur. He always says, like, when you get an opportunity and you have no idea how to do it, just say yes. You're going to figure it out. And if you mess it up, who cares? At least you went for it. So many people are living such a comfortable life. Like, they're not risking anything. Like, we're supposed to grow, guys. Do you know evolution is what we're here for? Like, people think that it's always hitting the goal. You're not here to hit, like, a goal all the time. You're here to evolve as humans. Our whole race is all about evolution. Like, self-development, happiness is all about the becoming. It's not about the thing. I'm telling you, there are things that I wanted so bad. Like, I wanted a 40K month so bad, and I hit it, and I was excited, but I was like, then I want more. And I realized it's not even the money things that I hit that made me more excited. It's who I became. I went from being such a shy, introverted, scared, could not do this live thing, like paranoid, anxiety, all this shit, to like switching completely. You can change who you are. And the becoming of who I become now and who I'm going to become is the most exciting thing in my life. It's the most exciting thing. We thrive off evolution, guys, not hitting a nail, not hitting a bullseye. Sherry says, my book sometimes about to pick them up and randomly super cute, always accurate. Me too. You know, a lot of the quotes I post in the morning, if you guys follow me on my social media, on my Instagram, I'm like, what do we need to know, universe? And it's always a thing I need to know. I read in the morning, but I'm not reading a book that always has quotes. But sometimes I'll just pick a book and I'll be like, of course. It's like literally in alignment with my post. It's crazy, guys. You guys can do that all the time. You can do tarot cards, whatever you need. Ask for signs. Use angel numbers, right? Start to grow your intuition, right? But say yes to all opportunities, okay? I'll tell you, stepping into your fears makes you so magnetic. When you're finally like, I'm not settling, I'm leaving the man or the woman, I'm hiring the coach, I'm, starting the business, I'm doing my first live, like, you become magnetic. And I'll tell you right now, when we invest in ourselves, we are energetically communicating our worthiness to the universe. You are, because now you believe in yourself. That's a big indication, by the way, where if you have an issue with investing in yourself, and this could be anything. I'm not talking about just coaching your programs. It could be like the gym or whatever. If you don't want to ever invest in yourself, there's a lot of low worthiness happening. There's a lot of like, I don't believe in myself happening. So this is why we got to work on that, but also integrity is going to help you with that. If you want to have really lots of self-belief in yourself, that you can do anything, you'll figure it out. Just keep promises to yourself. Promises to yourself, okay? Do the first live, start the business, quit the relationship, hire the coach, do the thing that scares you but excites you at the same time. And I'm telling you, you become so magnetic. Every time I did something scary in my life, the next day, the next week, something magical happened in my life. Because it's like, universe, I trust you. I'm ready for this. So I'm going to go do the damn thing. Okay? All right. I'm going to get on to some important things now. Yes, one opportunity you miss, another will take. 100%. Focus on evolving your identity instead of achieving the outcome. You will hit outcome regardless if you focus on the person you're. Are we clear so far? Like, because we're going to dig into the meat, the subconscious meat. This is the stuff, guys, that changed my life. I'm so excited to tell you, right? So, step one, what do you want? Okay, big dreams, small dreams. What's your red flags, non-negotiables? Where are you not going to settle anymore? Where are you going to start raising your standards? Clear energy, okay? Trust your intuitive pings. Trust where you're feeling pulled to an event, a person, a coach, a book. Trust it. Say yes to opportunities, okay? And when the tests and the challenges come up, rise to the occasion. Stop settling. Prove it, whatever it is you got to prove, okay? Now, this is the most important thing I'm going to dive into right now, and this is something that you need to do every single day if you really want to manifest, okay? Reprogramming. And this doesn't have to be long. This could be 5 minutes a day. But we got to start reprogramming because, again, I told you guys, consciously, you're like, I want all this stuff, and I'm confident. I'm blah, blah, blah. 5%, you're in that state. 95% is all the stuff you picked up in your childhood, your trauma, your pain, your shame, your shadows. That's what you're really manifesting from, okay? So we need to connect the subconscious and the conscious so that they're on the same page, okay? We need to raise our self-worth. We need to believe in what we want, okay? So I'm going to give you guys 2 ways to start to rewire your subconscious consciously, because you got 5%, and we're going to use that 5% to rewire it, okay? Danielle says, committed to a big step in my business, so excited to launch it. It's so scared, but so excited. Oh, I'm sending you all the vibes. It's going to be magic. It's so worth it, guys. Do the things. Vanessa, you are so in flow, feeling pulled to you. Yay, amazing, guys. I have been told I am an activator, and that's what I'm here for. And I'm also, like, a no-fluff person. That's why I like trying to get to, like, the non-fluffy stuff, okay? So we're going to roll in the subconscious mind now, okay? So you, my friend, are the memory of yourself. 95% of who you are is the memory of who you've been. 95% of who you are has been the memory of who you've been since you were a child. 95% of your day, you are spending it in an autopilot mode, in subconscious mode. 95% of the time, you're on autopilot. Replaying programming, shame, guilt, you got emotional coding, behaviors, or actions you've learned since a child. When you wake up in the morning, you don't got to think consciously, right? You don't have to think about how to like get dressed, make coffee. It's all autopilot, you know? But if I were to tell you, you got to go put a wetsuit on for the first time, I'm like, oh shit, I got to pay attention to this because it's going to be hard, right? You tie your shoe, you take off your clothes, you zip your bra. It's all easy. It's all autopilot. You know how to do it. You tie your shoes with ease. You can do a million things, multitasking in the morning, yell at your kids, make coffee, have a coaching call, like all of it on autopilot. But then if I try to put you in a corset, you're going to be like, holy shit, got to pay attention to this. Maybe I'm going to need a large glass of wine, right? So what I want to say, why I'm saying this is because a lot of people are like, this is hard. It's not hard, it's new. Nothing is ever hard for us. It's always just new, okay? So you are always in autopilot 95% of your day. You get in your car, you start driving, you're going somewhere, thinking a million things. Oh, I should do this. I got to make this for dinner. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, you're there. You're like, holy shit, how did I get here? Your car just drove you to work, okay? Your subconscious mind always knows where you're going because it's autopilot. It is the memory of who you are yesterday and the day before and who you were since you were a child. Meantime, your car is driving you to work. Your subconscious mind is driving you to work and you're thinking about all these million things and you're like, how did I get there? How many times have you guys driven somewhere and you're like, holy crap. How did I get here? I don't remember how I got home. What's going on here, right? I made it. It's like, where have you been? I've been doing other things in my head somewhere else, right? So you have all this time to think, but you're not really thinking because you're actually on autopilot. And we don't even know what we're thinking, right? Like I said at the beginning, 75,000 thoughts a day, and you don't even know what the hell you're thinking about. What kind of shitty stories you're telling yourself, wondering why I can't manifest anything because you're on autopilot. This is an incredible advantage, but it's the worst possible thing for us. It's amazing to have a subconscious mind, right? Because you don't have, it conserves energy, right? Your brain actually uses like 30% of your calories, right? Like subconscious mind's awesome. You get to do a whole bunch of shit. You don't got to like consciously think about doing them. You don't got to think about breathing. You can yell at your kids, cook and text and all this stuff, right? It's good to have a subconscious mind, right? It's conserving energy. It'd be hard to always think about like how to drive and all the things, right? But the issue is with the subconscious mind is that it's been creating itself since you were born, and a lot of things that have been downloaded into your brain are not things that you want. Most of them are not things you want. Your reactions, your behavior, your lack of emotional intelligence is you watching other people that raise you do it, and you're like, I'm gonna just accept this. Why not, right? The reason self-development is so hard, guys, is because we're taking this 95% programming that's been programmed into us without our permission since our childhood, that's taken us a lifetime, and now we're trying to create new information. This is why people in self-development give up and they think it's hard. It's not hard, it's new. It's just new. You got to give yourself grace and patience. You're not going to change overnight. And 1% every single day, you're going to change really fast, right? So you have always heard in the self-development world and manifestation, you got to be aware. You got to be aware, guys. You got to be aware. Why? You got to be aware to subconscious things so that they're no longer subconscious, right? Like meditation is one of the most subconscious things that we do. You don't think about your breathing. Everything's working. You don't have to think about that, right? And meditation, you know why meditation's amazing, guys? It's because it's you finally becoming aware of the things that you're not aware of that are taking up mental energy. It's good to actually meditate, to actually look at the thoughts you're having. Oh, I want to manifest like this amazing guy. But when I meditate, I'm always thinking about how guys are cheaters and they're pigs and girls are horrible. Oh, I wonder with all those beliefs and stories why you're not attracting what you want, right? Meditation is a tip for you guys. If you want to know what kind of crazy ass things you're pulling in and thinking that are not in alignment with what you want, pay attention to what you're thinking about. Awareness is step one, guys, right? How do you transform something you're not aware of? How do you unblock something that you're not aware of, right? We want to focus on the subconscious things, because the moment that you focus on something subconscious, it's no longer subconscious. And we have something called a reticulator activating system. I can't even talk. Reticulating activating system. Reticular activating system. Sorry, I'm an ignorant. Words are hard for me. But it's called RAS for short. And you have this thing in your brain that is awesome, because the moment that you start bringing attention to something that you don't want to do, like a habit or a behavior, your RAS will start finding it for you. It will keep bringing it up. Oh, there's that thing you want to start working on. And it's amazing. And it helps you find evidence, right? Also, when you're improving things. I'll get into that in a second. But you want to activate your RAS. You want to look at what are the things I'm saying to myself? What are the habits that I'm doing that are not in alignment with who I want to be, right? Awareness is everything. This is why, like, if you think about all the technologies that they create that help people from bad habits are like, you know, they have people for bad posture. Like you wear a belt and it beeps, right? We got those fit watches that tell you, hey, you're being a lazy piece of shit. Go walk, you know? Ring, 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 awareness. Remember, you want to be fit. Ding, 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 right? You know, they have like the stuff that you put on nails so that when you bite your nails, if you want to quit biting, it's like nasty. Oh yeah, awareness. I don't want to put my disgusting nails in my mouth and bite my, nails anymore, right? So awareness is so important. You are an autopilot 95% of the time. You got to bring awareness to what's subconscious so it's no longer subconscious, right? So this is what we're going to get into right now. We're going to rewire your brain, okay? So that the habits and beliefs that don't serve you no more, that you didn't choose to have, we're going to start to let that go and reprogram them. And we're going to create new belief systems and new habits and new behaviors that are in alignment with who you want to be, right? So when I started this masterclass, I talked a little bit about hold on a second, I just want to read this. Doing the four breath, as you said. Yeah, that's amazing. Words are hard. Yeah, they are. I'm an immigrant. Being able to control your thoughts and staying positive is amazing. Life changer. Of course, it's just awareness. It's not like you gotta be positive all the time. It's just think about it. I'm going to talk to you guys in a second about how to consciously dismantle beliefs consciously, okay? So when I started this, I talked to you guys 90% of the beliefs that you have about yourself, about men, women, money, the world, they did come from this ages of 0 to 7. Why? Because from ages of 0 to 7, this is science, we're walking around in a state theta. Theta is a brain state that is the same as hypnosis. And the reason we're like that is because it's easier for us to evolve by watching people and everything is just getting plugged in. But we're not in alpha or beta at all. We're in theta from the ages of 0 and 7. You are a walking, talking subconscious mind absorbing everything, right? So why do we have to identify our subconscious conditioning? Because our subconscious beliefs determine our thinking. Our thinking determines our actions, our decisions, and our decisions determine our outcomes, results, who we are as humans, right? So I'll tell you right before I get into reprogramming is how we created our subconscious blueprint. Childhood conditioning. So this is where I want you guys later to come back to this and write down so you guys can start figuring out what the hell do I need to unblock? Where do I have shame? Where do I have shadow? Where do I have to do some healing work? Because it's obviously getting in the way of what I want, right? So the way that we created our subconscious blueprint was from 0 to 7. So verbal programming. So write down, like, what did I hear a lot as a child? What did you hear about women, about men? What were your caregivers, your parents saying a lot about? Like, what did you hear when you were growing up? Did you hear money was evil? Did you hear rich people are greedy, men are cheaters, women gossip, like you have to work hard to make money? Like, what was said to you? Did people tell you you were stupid? Did people tell you you were too much? People tell you you're a brat or annoying? Like, and this is, again, don't blame your parents. Your parents also are operating on programming that their parents programmed them, okay? No blaming here, okay? But I want you to start thinking about, what did people tell you? What did you hear a lot, okay? So verbal programming is one way that our subconscious blueprint got created. Number 2, role modeling. This is even bigger than verbal programming because monkey see, monkey do is a thing, okay? So what did you see growing up? What did your parents, caregivers, teachers model around you? You know, what did you see, you know? And then obviously specific emotional incidents. What did you experience growing up? Do you have traumas? Were you bullied? You know, where do you feel like there was some trauma, right? So everything you saw, heard, role modeled, experiences, it created one thought, okay? This is how literally our beliefs are created. You had one obsessed thought. You saw something, you heard something, like your parents were fighting over money. Ooh, money's pain, right? You started thinking about it, and then you started creating stories, and you activated your RAS and starting to look for evidence. Yeah, money is hard. Look, my aunt's also struggling, right? And so every belief system and every neuron that you have, okay, every neural pathway that you have in your brain, it started with one thought. Because of something you saw, something you experienced, something you heard, your subconscious became obsessed with it, and you started thinking about it, and then you started creating stories, and your RAS started finding evidence, and all of a sudden, you have a belief about something, okay? And then what happens is, like, these dominant thoughts create these dominant belief systems, and these dominant belief systems are constantly creating these stories, and all of your thoughts and your stories and your beliefs create your emotions and your feelings. And then your emotions and your feelings, they dictate all the actions that you take or don't take. They dictate the habits you have, the defense mechanisms you have, the reactions, the responses you have, which then obviously creates your reality, your outwardly expressed reality. But it started with one thought, dominant thought, dominant belief. And so again, subconscious beliefs create your thoughts create your feelings and emotions, and then your actions, behaviors, habits, outwardly expressed reality. Okay, so this is how it all started. And so remember this, because I'm going to talk about how this has to tie into reprogramming. Okay. Haley says, funny, right? As you said, posture. I was just grabbing my exercise ball because I found myself slouching at my desk. Ha ha ha. Amazing. So I'm going to talk about anchors. You know, if you want to change some habits, keep anchors out. Things to remind you, I got to work on some stuff. Like some people have a hard time working out. Maybe you need to go to sleep in your workout clothes, or maybe you need to have your workout clothes right beside your bed, right? Anchors to remind you of who am I becoming? What do I need to start shifting here, right? So we talked about the fact that awareness is step 1. So we got to identify programming. So you got to start looking. What was said to you? What were you shamed for? What created pain? What was role modeled to you a lot, especially by your caregivers, right? Maybe your parents didn't even raise you a lot. Maybe it's your grandparents. Like, think back, okay? Because a lot of that created your programming, okay? So we got to identify our programming first because we need that awareness so that when we're in it, we're like, oh, that's not true, okay? Because the second element of change is like understanding. I want you to understand that your way of thinking, your low self-worth has nothing to do with you. It came from outside of you. Okay, and the third element of change is disassociation. You know, when you recognize that it wasn't from you, it was from somebody else, it actually starts to help us to be like, okay, I didn't choose this way. I didn't choose to think this way. It's from outside of me, and that starts to help us shift too, right? And the fourth element is reprogramming, right? So I'm going to teach you reprogramming techniques in a second because this is really, really important, right? So I want you to know, guys, you don't just manifest from thoughts alone. They're part of the equations: beliefs, thoughts, emotions, actions, reaction, all of it. It's alignment, all of it, right? But you don't just manifest from thoughts, okay? And a lot of people think that they just have to change their behavior to change like their beliefs. No, like we want to get to the root. You don't got to change your behavior first. You got to change the roots, the programming that's causing the behaviors, right? So this is how all your beliefs are created. You saw something, you heard something, you experienced something, you had some trauma. You started to think about something. Dominant, obsessed thought, stories, RAS activated evidence, create belief systems. And these belief systems now dictate all the thoughts, stories, all the things, okay? Right? Alicia says, literally just jumping in, can't wait to watch the replay. Yeah, I know, it's a little long, but it's so worth it, guys. I was supposed to do a 3-day masterclass, but I'd rather just come on here and give this part all in one so you guys can like go back and re-listen, okay? So every single belief system you have that created these neuron pathways was just from one obsessed thought that you had. And it started creating these neural pathways, okay? So the best thing, guys, neuroplasticity, epigenetics, the neuroscience proves you can create new neurons. You can create new neuron pathways. You can create stronger neurons that override the neurons that are firing together that are not who you want to be anymore. We can rewire our beliefs. We can rewire our brain. Our brain is freaking plastic. It's plastic. And what happens is once you start to create new belief systems, I'm going to teach you how to do that, new neurons start firing together. They become stronger than the old stuff. And you start thinking differently. You start having different stories, feelings. You start taking actions. Your habits change. And everything starts to shift, right? Alignment is all of that has to be in alignment. Okay? So the second part of this is, of course, like raising our self-worth. And we talked about raising our standards and not settling anymore, right? You hear, get into vibration. Okay? That means have your self-worth in alignment with what you're trying to call in, right? You got to feel deserving. You got to believe in it. You got to feel deserving and worthy of it, right? So I'm going to give you guys some stuff, and I go deep into this in Magnetic Mind, my program, but like the foundation of self-worth, it's so built in childhood, right? We got to go look where we've underdeveloped it, right? This is why I go so deep into Magnetic Mind, because there's so much stuff that we're not even aware of. See, here's the thing, guys, and if you're a parent, pay attention to this. This is going to help your parenting as it has helped me. But children, they think in absolutes. All or nothing. That's how they think. All or nothing. They think like this. I want to go tell mommy a story. And mommy didn't want to listen to my story. She dismissed me today. The belief that a kid would have right away is I must be not worthy of being heard by anyone. One time, your mom dismissed you and didn't want to listen to your story means nobody wants to listen to me. And then when you get older, you have underdeveloped self-worth, and you start attracting partners, clients, bosses, people that don't take what you say seriously, and they completely blow you off. You know why this happens? Because you have underdeveloped, limiting low self-worth subconsciously, that you feel you're not worthy of being heard, because you picked that up as a little person that registered role modeling in absolutes. And what's happening is subconsciously, again, you're not conscious, subconsciously you're projecting that smallness, that unworthiness on others, and they're unconsciously picking it up. They're picking up on your undeservingness. And that's why you get dismissed, and that's why people don't want to hear you. And this is why maybe if you're an entrepreneur, you don't want to go live, and you don't want to talk about your business because mommy didn't want to listen to my story one time. I must not be worthy of being heard. Like, children think in absolute. Pay attention to this if you're a parent. This is so, so freaking important, okay? There's so much shame and pain that we've picked up, right? A lot of unworthiness is caused by shame that we've had during our childhood. Shame is the base of all pain. Shame is what causes unworthiness and imprints in our subconscious. Subconscious unworthiness is what's blocking us from having what we want, right? This is why authenticity is like a big part of what the universe wants from us. But we're like blocked. We're feeling like, I can't speak, I can't show up, I'm too loud, and blah, 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 right? So I'm going to teach you guys some techniques now to raise your self-worth and start to investigate more into what kind of blocks do you have? What are these limiting beliefs that are holding you back, right? And the best way to know also how, like, you want to know your limiting beliefs? Look at your life. Where do you not have results in your life? You know, what is something that you're deeply desiring? You don't have it. Why? Look at your triggers. What really triggers you? What are you judging? Think back to your childhood. What were the things that you saw, heard? Did your parents fight around money? Was money pain? Like, what did your parents say to you? What did people shame you for? Right? Look at your current reality and then be radically honest with yourself. Like, why don't I have the results that I want in my life? Where do I have low self-worth? Where am I settling? Where do I have limiting beliefs? So, I'm going to give you 2 tools to unblock and reprogram consciously now, okay? Because again, we got 5%. We can use this 5%. It's a really good thing, okay? We can create some serious change 5% of the time, okay? So it's so important, guys, to pay attention to your blocks, okay? Because again, when you become aware of something, now it's not subconscious, and your RAS is always going to show you, hey, there's this block again, and let's work through this shit, okay? Once you know your limiting beliefs, okay? And in magnetic mind, we go deep into everything. Self-hate, we go deep into judgment, all of it, okay? I'm going to help you clean it all up. But right now, what are you being triggered by? What are you really judging? Where do you not have results, okay? So this is what's going to happen. When you're conscious and you're doing the work and you're kind of aware of like what your blocks are, okay? So when you catch yourself thinking something that is limiting you, I'm stupid, women are evil, men are pigs, or like I'm not good enough. When you catch yourself in something that is limiting you, okay? Question it. So resistance happens when we just try to fight. No, I am worthy. And then your subconscious is like, no, you're not. That's what causes resistance. I want you to question it. So let's say you're an entrepreneur and you want to go do a live to sell something. And all of a sudden you catch yourself in a limiting thought that says no one is going to watch, no one is going to buy. Okay, instead of spiritually bypassing it by, just being like, no, I'm confident, people are going to buy, resistance, it's like, you're not feeling it because you're just trying to slap some, whitewash on it, okay? Question it. What you want to do is question the limitation. Question the limiting belief, okay, so that you can make it wobbly. We want to poke holes in our limiting beliefs because then they're not a solid fact. You got to stop believing that. Okay, so going back to, let's say you're saying to yourself, okay, no one's going to watch, no one's going to buy. Question this. And this is what you're going to ask yourself, okay? So when you catch yourself, you're going to say, is this actually true? And this is something that Tony Robbins teaches. Say this to yourself. Do I have evidence that actually would hold up in a court of law that this is in fact true? Do I have evidence that would hold up in a court of law? And you might say, well, last time, there was this last time, no one cared. Okay, I'm not talking about last time, okay? Okay, last time when I was little, I did a puppet show, nobody cared, okay? Okay, so you have evidence in the past, okay? This is why you're having the limiting beliefs, okay? But do you right now have evidence that would stand in a court of law that this is true? That is, no one's gonna buy. You have evidence. Prove it. And you're obviously going to say, no, I don't have evidence, because you don't have evidence. You haven't even done the live. Like, I have clients that tell me, no one likes my program, no one's buying. I'm like, nobody took your program, so how would they know that it's not a good program? You know what I mean? Like, we have crazy stories, okay? So you catch yourself in a limiting thought, and you're going to say, is this absolutely true? And past evidence is going to come up, and your RAS is going to be like, yeah, I have evidence. But you're going to go and ask yourself, but do I right now have evidence in a court of law that this is happening? It's like a Tony Robbins thing. You have evidence that no one's going to buy from you, that no one's going to watch you. And obviously you're going to say, no, I don't. And the moment you start doing that, you are making those limitations wobbly. Okay? Don't worry about based on past evidence. Yeah, you have evidence. We're going to start to rewire all that. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. You're going to question it. You're going to question it. And then you're going to step into your empowerment. You're going to say, I trust that people will show up. I trust myself. People do love me. People are going to show up, right? So question your limiting beliefs. Is it really true? Like, seriously, ask yourself, do I have evidence that would hold up in a court of law? It's going to usually be no. And the moment you start making limitation wobbly, you are consciously starting to reprogram those limiting things, okay? Question everything, okay? And again, like I said at the beginning of this live, is like, Pay attention to your emotions, okay? Your emotions are your guidance system. You want to catch when you're unconsciously thinking something limiting. Check in with yourself. Ooh, I'm feeling off. I don't feel so good right now. Ooh, what's going on here? Because your thoughts create your feelings, right? Not all the time. You are just going to feel off sometimes, and that's normal because we have spectrum of emotions. But check in. What is going on? Okay? What are the thoughts here? Are they true? Is this actually true? Do I have evidence? Okay? So that's what you're going to do. Step one for starting to reprogram. Next thing you can do is expanders, okay? Expanders are so powerful in your manifestation process, guys, okay? And this is one of my favorite parts because expanding our subconscious to believing that something's possible for us works so profoundly when we find people and we see people that are actually doing and having and being the things that we want and we resonate with them. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about trust and how to create next level mindset and believing that something's possible when we don't have evidence. But expanders are a powerful way for you to expand your subconscious. So expanders are the notion that your subconscious actually needs to see something to believe that it's possible for you, okay? So what actually creates space for our manifestations to come through? So let's say if you grew up and you never saw someone doing the thing that you really want, it's going to be so hard for you to reprogram. It's going to take a while for you to reprogram to believe that you can have it, right? So I'm a first generation Polish immigrant. My parents, my family went through the Holocaust. There's lots of survival programming in my family, rightfully so. And my family immigrated here with just like my mom, my dad, and his sister's families. There were 8 of us, okay? And my parents had to work 2 jobs and go to English. Didn't have anyone to help them, so they had to work and go to school to learn English. I had a lot of programming growing up that money was really hard. And I had a lot of programming because I also saw my parents like stress about money, right? And then I also saw some rich people treat my parents really unfairly. So I had a lot of money blocks that rich people were kind of shitty and greedy and evil. And then I also saw that money was hard and that money caused pain. Because when you see your parents fighting, that's why we subconsciously block it. We want money. I want money. But unconsciously, subconsciously I'm projecting money's painful. Money causes stress. Like being rich is going to make me evil. So that's why I can't collect the money, bring in the money that I want, because subconsciously that's what I'm thinking, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Like you got to pay attention to how you grew up and what was said to you and what you saw, right? I desire financial freedom, but I had deep blocks. So I had to do a lot of money work, okay? And I had to do a lot of rewiring because I want luxury. I want all those things, right? And I didn't believe that it was also possible for me to work and make a lot of money without working really hard. Right? So one of the things I had to do when I became a coach is I found coaches that expand me, that didn't work a lot, that actually money was easy, I finding people that were doing and being the things that I wanted to do. And that started to expand me. Like, holy shit, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me, right? Let's say you're calling in a partner. And let's say maybe your whole life so far, you've had a lot of bad relationships. You've never found the one, and they've been hard. And also maybe your mom and your aunts and people around you also didn't have a lot of good men in there. No one had a really solid relationship that you had role model to. So you believe it's not possible. And that's why you're not be able to have this solid, good relationship because no evidence was given to you as a child, right? So you want to go and find an expander. You want to go into the world and find people that you identify with, that you see yourself in, that have successful relationships, that have the things or being the things that you want to manifest, right? If you've never had a role model for a healthy relationship, it's going to be hard for you to have one until you find someone that is an expander to show you that it's possible, right? Now, something to note about expanders is you got to relate to them. So expanders, you want to find someone that's kind of around your age that you see yourself in, right? Because when you find expanders, the moment that you go, ooh, if they can have it, I can have it too. If it's possible for her, of course it's possible for me. When you can resonate with someone, you've just expanded your subconscious, okay? Because let's say, for example, you were born a painter and you always wanted to be a painter and you want to make a lot of money, but your parents were business owners or bankers, and they were always saying to you, oh, painting's just a hobby, you'll never make a living out of it, and then maybe your teacher was criticized your painting and you deeply wanted to be paid for your art and make money off your art, but you have all these blocks and you have all these limiting beliefs that it's not possible for you because your mom, your teacher, everybody told you it's just a hobby, it's silly, right? So subconsciously you have a block, it's not possible. but you want it. So you got to go out into the real world and find someone that's an artist that's doing exactly what you want to do, making the money that you desire. Expanders expand our subconscious. They show us what's possible. And the moment you know you find expanders, when you're like, whoa, shit, she can have it, I can have it too. And then if you see someone, they're like, if that's possible for them, that's possible for me. Andrea, you totally just hit me with that. I own a dance student. I don't want to make a lot of money. My dance teacher always struggled. The other bosses I had a student also struggled with money. Mind blowing. Thank you. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, guys. This is good. This is good. Yay, Brandy. Yes, love this, right? So you have to find expanders. Like I said, when you feel like you say to yourself, like it's possible for me, that's your expander. So someone that's similar to you, someone that is having the thing you want, is going to expand you, and it's going to help you manifest faster. Because again, like I'm telling you, if you grew up and nobody was having that thing you desire, it is so hard for you to believe. Remember, and you got to believe it to have it. You got to believe it to have it. So what happens if you can't find them in real life? That's okay, guys. You guys can find them anywhere. Social media. Thank God for social media. There are people on social media that are so similar to you, that have a similar background, that maybe grew up poor, abused, and trauma, and they are having the thing you want. Go find them. Put it out to the universe. Universe, connect me with a human that has what I want. I'm an expander for a lot of coaches, and a lot of people hire me because I'm the single mom working with 2 kids. I'm making a lot of money and I'm not working all the time. I expand you if that's what you want. Find the people that are having what you want in the way that you want it, and you will expand so much faster, right? So you can find them all over social media, little mini expanders. Guys, so I'm going to get into subconscious mind more now. We're almost done, I promise. I didn't think it was going to be 2 hours, but that's okay. You can find expanders on TV, because so this is what happens. When we watch TV, guys, you go into a hypnotic state. You do. Your subconscious mind is forward, and it doesn't know. When your subconscious mind's forward, it doesn't know what's real, what's not. You can start watching TV, and if you're starting to watch romance and you're watching people that have what you have, it is actually also expanding you. Watching shows and movies that have expanders of what you're trying to manifest helps you manifest, right? Let's say you want an incredible relationship. Well, watch Dr. Phil. Romance movies. Books are awesome. Again, books, you're in subconscious mode, right? Reading autobiographies. Like, I love reading autobiographies. One of my favorite things to do. Like Oprah, are you kidding? She's such an expander for people, right? Poor, Black woman, look where she got to. So people are like, I can never have it. Oprah did it, you can do it too. Because we can have whatever it is we want. When you're clear on what you want, you can have it. But you gotta unblock the unworthiness. You gotta find expanders. You gotta show up for the test, okay? Everything I said in this live stuff you gotta work through, okay? So I'm gonna teach you one more tool that's gonna help you actually reprogram. And this tool I'm so freaking excited about, because this tool made me manifest so much epic shit. And then I deepened my magnetic mind program. That's why I'm able to share this for free, guys. I have related to every story you have shared from your past. I felt insanely connected. Exactly this. Yay, Brandy. I'm your expander. That's awesome. This is why storytelling is so powerful, guys. If you're an entrepreneur, share your stories. Your stories are what is going to pull in your people. We expand people. People are related to us, right? Kimberly says you definitely are an expander. Ah, yay. I love you. I love you, Kimberly. Kimberly did magnetic mind. She's doing it again. So the way you're going to know when you find expanders, again, you're just going to be like, she can have it, I can have it too. Okay, so this is one of my favorite tools that I started my journey in self-development to make myself confident, make myself start the business, make myself start manifesting unexpected money and clients, and it's called self-hypnosis, okay? This is called actual practical neuroscience, okay? So just a quick recap, and I'm almost done, guys. Just a quick recap. When you're the ages of 0 to 7, your brain was always in a state of theta. The brain state of theta is the state of hypnosis. So again, you were constantly in subconscious mode. Everything you heard, saw, experienced was programmed into your mind without permission, okay? People's responses, behaviors, you didn't question it, you just accepted it as is. It's truth, right? So every neural pathway that you have in your brain, again, started with one thought you just became so obsessed with because you saw something, there's emotion, right? People stress about money, your parents, motion, thought, oh yeah, you're creating a belief system out of that. You're creating a neural pathway that's wiring, firing together. Okay, so these obsessed thoughts, these dominant thoughts create these dominant belief systems. Okay, and then what happens when you have belief systems? You have that Raz that's going and being like, yeah, I am klutzy. Look at this. Oh my God, nobody likes me when I was little. Like, it's just picking up evidence all the time, right? So every belief system is this neural pathway that you have in your brain. That's how I want you to think about it, okay? So again, if every single neuron pathway was created by one thought that you became obsessed with, well, guess what? And this is what neuroplasticity proves. This is practical neuroscience. With enough repetition, you can create new neuron pathways. Okay? Your brain's not fixed. It's plastic. Plastic. Can't say that word either. With enough repetition and reinforcement, you can create new neuron pathways. Okay? So why do I believe in self-hypnosis over using other people's hypnosis? I'll tell you why. Because it was your voice. Okay? To me, it never made sense when people are like, just go on YouTube and listen to some man saying affirmations when you sleep. And it's like a man being like, I'm a sexy bitch. Your brain's like, who the hell's that? I don't know that. Your subconscious mind knows it's not you. It's not your voice. It needs to come from you. And where did I get this technique? This is from Dr. Bruce Lipton. You guys want to read an incredible book that is full of science and neuroscience. And I believe this too, this is self-hypnosis, is he talks about this. You don't need someone to hypnotize you. You can hypnotize yourself. Because you're the one that created all your neurons, and your voice and your energy is going to create new neuron pathways that are going to become more stronger, and so the old ones fall off, okay? So every neural pathway was created by you. So guess what? You can create your own self-hypnosis, okay? So this is something you do not do conscious. This is something when you're going to bed and first thing in the morning. So do you want to know why I don't believe in affirmations in a conscious level? So when you're saying things like, I am confident, I am a millionaire, and your brain's like, you're an idiot, Visa's calling, what the hell are you talking about? Resistance. This is why I said don't fight your beliefs, question the beliefs, but also don't slap an affirmation because all you're causing is resistance. Your brain is like, that's not true. You're not a millionaire. Consciously, no. There's too much resistance. So when are you least resistant? When you're about to go to sleep and in the morning and while you're sleeping and when you're driving, when you're in a state of hypnosis, okay? So I'm going to bring this back to you in a second, but this is all you have to do, okay? This is one of the most powerful tools. This is the tool that I used to start becoming confident. I literally created a hypnosis where I was like, I love lives, I'm confident in lives, people love me, people show up, because I could not do a live because I was so scared, okay? So I created hypnosis on it, and all I did was constantly just say affirmations, mantras, and create stories. When you're subconscious, your subconscious doesn't know what's real and what's not. It just thinks it is as is. And again, when you're in subconscious mode, the more repetition something you're saying to yourself over and over and over again becomes a belief system. And the old neural pathways start to die off. Okay, so here's some pointers on creating your own self-hypnosis. Okay, you can create it in voice notes on your phone, or you can download an awesome app that I use. It's free. It's called Creation Frequency. It's a free app. And why I like this app is because on the app, it actually has binaural beats already in it. So if you guys have never heard of binaural beats, there are binaural beats that are in a state of frequency of theta. So they actually help you become more subconscious, right? That's why like when you're getting hypnotized or meditating, you're breathing, you're calming down, you're entertaining stories. There's stuff I'm going to teach you in Magnetic Mind, the program. I'll teach you another tool that's going to even get you fast results. But for now, binaural beats. So you can use voice notes, go on YouTube, look up binaural beats in the state of theta, have it in the background, and just record yourself. So again, this is why you got to know your blocks, okay? And I say to all my clients, start with one thing. Don't start creating a million things, okay? One thing at a time. Focus on one thing. So maybe you want to start working on your money beliefs, okay? So if your money beliefs are money's evil, money's the root of pain, rich people are greedy, all right, reframe that. Now you're going to record yourself in a self-hypnosis in a good state, guys. I always say do this in a good energy, okay? In a good energy, you're going to say, I love money. Rich people are amazing. Money allows me time freedom. I love money. I love it. I'm an excellent receiver. Money's always, like, you're going to create affirmations that you need to start to believe in so that you start creating new neural pathways. And again, with enough reinforcement, repetition, you're going to create new neurons. This is practical psychology, practical neuroscience. You're going to create neurons that are going to start wiring fire together. And the old ones with the limitations are going to start dying off. Okay, does this make sense? So you can create all kinds of hypnosis. And in the Creation Frequency app, they literally have like relations, money, business. There you go. Avril with the facts. Amazing. Yeah, an article on binaural beats, right. But in the Creation app, they have it. Again, you don't have to do it. You can get a recorder and just have it in the background. Again, something I want to say, and I'll say this again, but like, take what you want out of this live. Leave the rest. But try challenge yourself to use all the tools I told you today, because I promise you they're going to change your life and you're going to start manifesting. But whatever I say that you're like, I don't know, don't use it. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? So Creation Frequency is one app. Okay, so excited. Yeah, and it's free. And there's actually a book called Creation Frequency, which was awesome too. Okay, so neuroscience, guys, I want to expand you. You can change your entire life. You start to change your limiting beliefs and you start believing powerful things, new neural pathways. The moment you have a new neural pathway, a new belief system about yourself, your thoughts, your 95% thoughts that were used to be limiting are going to be empowering. Your thoughts are going to be empowering. You're going to feel better. Then your emotions, when you're feeling good because you feel worthy and you believe in yourself, guess what? The actions you take, the behaviors you have, the reactions, the responses are all going to change. People focus on the behavior. Don't focus on the behavior. You got to focus on the root that's causing the behavior. Okay? So you can hypnotize yourself. Okay? So I said, one thing at a time, guys. Just focus on one thing. What is it that you really want to manifest right now? What is one block that you want to start working through? Like I told you guys, when I wanted to do this business, I very well knew if I'm going to grow this coaching business, I got to get my ass live. But I was so scared, pooped myself scared. So I started creating self-hypnosis. That gave me confidence. I was like, I love lives. I'm confident. Lives excite me. People show up, blah, 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 right? And what I do, so again, the least resistant you're going to be so that they're actually ingrained, is you're going to do this at night. So right before we go to bed, we're in subconscious. When you sleep, you're completely in subconscious mode. So if you want to go hardcore, you can literally leave yourself just like recording stuff to yourself. That's it. It's going in. Your subconscious is like, it's real. It's me. It's real. And then enough repetition, enough reinforcement, boom. Okay? Read Biology of Belief, guys. Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's awesome. Okay? So focus on one thing. One thing. And if you want, eventually, at one point, you can just have a self-hypnosis that's like general. I'm confident. You can have all your favorite mantras, right? Something that's like, not only is this like practical psychology, but it's just like, this is why I do future pacing in the morning, is that I want at the forefront, I want my RAS activated, so I'm remembering my goals and who I need to show up as to manifest. And then because I'm writing it out in the morning, it's at the forefront. So I'm taking good actions. I'm intentional with my life. I'm remembering, who do I need to be? What's the exact name of the app? It's called Creation Frequency. Okay, thank you, Avril, for answering, okay? So do this. But again, when you're conscious and you start doing this, unblocking of your beliefs, okay, question the belief, okay? Question the beliefs. So then again, you can do self-hypnosis. One at a time. Yeah, one at a time. Stick with one thing at a time, okay? And for me, like, some things take 3 weeks, some things took a couple months. And doesn't have to be long. You don't have to record yourself forever. Some people will say, like, you can just speak affirmations. You can. Sometimes if I don't listen to my hypnosis, when I started my journey, I did it every night for 8 minutes. Because on the Creation Frequency, they're 8 minutes long. Before I bed. Because think about this, guys. This is why I always say, don't watch the news, don't have fights, don't be thinking and fighting and thinking negative things before you go to bed. The shit that you think about, the last things you look at is what you're going to be marinating on all night long. Okay? That's what your subconscious is going to be marinating on. So why not marinate on things that empower us? Like, I'm a badass and money flows and people love me and they show up. That's what I program myself with, and voila, it's happening. Did it start out like this? No. But slowly and slowly, you're manifesting from your subconscious mind. And guys, everybody can feel your energy. When you believe in yourself, like if you guys have been in my program, Soulful Sales, like I teach my clients all the time, it's not what you do, it's about who you are when you're doing it. You could do a live and say the exact same thing as me, but I can feel the person that actually believes in themselves and feels worthy of it. I can tell when I go on lives, people who are scared, who don't believe that people buy from them. I can feel it. People can feel it from you. It's not even about what you're doing, it's about who you are. But when you're subconsciously starting to like loop powering thoughts, belief systems, you show up as a different person. You start to be magnetic, okay? So every night, if you really are hardcore about this, When you're consciously, remember, you're gonna poke holes. You're gonna question: is this real? Is gonna hold up in a court a lot? No. You're gonna make those beliefs wobbly when you're conscious and you catch them. At night, you can future pace. You can write out your affirmations, or you can listen to yourself. And I would highly recommend getting some earphones because your boyfriend or husband's gonna think you're a freaking weirdo. I don't care, but just plug them in. You know what I used to do? I used to wake up 5 minutes early, plug it in, and snooze because I'm a subconscious mind. It's just going in there. It's just going in there. It's going in there. Okay? So you want to do this at night before you go to sleep. And then again, you can even, I love to shout out affirmations when I drive and I listen to good music because when you're driving, you're in hypnotic state again. So reinforce that stuff. Don't throw an affirmation when you're conscious. It's the resistance. So you want to use affirmations and mantras. They do work, but you need to use them when you're least resistant. That means when you're subconscious. Okay? When you're subconscious. Okay? What else did I want to say? Well, all this has been so good. Cannot wait for day 2. Yeah! Day 2 is going to be awesome. Day 2 is going to be awesome. Everything's going to be awesome. Okay, so I just want to say one more thing about affirmations. People are always like, affirmations are shit, whatever. No, they're not. We don't use affirmations in the right way. So consciously, you can still use affirmations, but you don't want to say, I'm a millionaire, when your brain's going to be like, but you're not. There's no evidence, because consciously, you can't lie to yourself. But what you can say is, something I teach my clients all the time is change the way that you're saying affirmations. So you can say, I'm becoming a millionaire. I'm creating $1 million business. That is more believable. That's yeah, I'm showing up. It's going to happen. When people, if you don't believe that you're confident, you can say, I am becoming confident. Something that's awesome. I'm going to talk about anchors a lot in magnetic mind, but an anchor is also looking for that evidence to solidify beliefs. So, during your day, I was confident today. Instead of saying I am confident, I was confident today, then really list off some places that you've been confident. This is why you guys hear me celebrate all the time. Celebration is, you're aware that you're actually shifting and changing. This is why in all my programs, I always have a celebration thread, and I tell people, list it all. Your aha moments, the shifts, because a lot of us, we want immediate gratifications, and when we don't see results, then we think that it's never going to happen. But the thing is, you are slowly shifting. If you go to the kitchen and you catch yourself from eating that cookie because you're like, no, I'm healthy, celebrate that. You're going to show your brain evidence, and your brain loves evidence. The more evidence you have to solidify your new belief systems, the more you're going to really solidify those belief systems and just be that. I am spitting. I am so excited. You could tell that I love this topic. Guys, go back and listen to this whole entire thing. I know it's so long, so I try not to answer too many questions, but I did. Go back. Take notes now. Share this video. I'm telling you, and this is a whole module from my program, Magnetic Mind, and that's a 5-week program. So if some of you are asking, you want to do deep, deep work with me, and I'll tell you right now, manifestation is also about store emotional codes. You want to know how to remove those. If you want to heal trauma, if you want to start to love yourself, because a huge part of being self-worthy is loving yourself. A lot of self-hate is an issue why we can't manifest. Come into this program. I will take you through a 5-week journey into becoming a new human. And any of my clients that are on here that took a magnetic mind can tell you it is enough. It's not a fluffy program. I'm there with you, live energy. It's 5 weeks. You're going to get 7-8 hours of content. And I also have other tools to help you guys reprogram quicker. If you don't come into a program with me ever, I'm telling you, if you integrate what I taught you today, you will manifest. You will start shifting. You will start shifting fast, because this is what 99 comments and 9 shares. Boom. There's the universal sign. It's have the courage to change. I also have bundles. I have bundles in my programs, because I'll tell you, I have a whole feminine energy program and a masculine energy goddess code and badass mode. And if you do all 3 of those, I will give you an incredible deal. I have some clients that are doing this magnetic mind. They're doing goddess code 1,222. I have payment plans, and magnetic mind is on pre-sale for $888. You can use credit. I have payment plans. I'm telling you, without wobble, I will change your life if you show up for yourself. If you're ready to take radical responsibility of your life, I'm going to teach you how judgments work, trigger. I'm going to help you find it all, and we're going to clean it all up. And I'm going to teach you tools. And tomorrow, I am and by the way, again, share, tag me, take a picture, because you have a chance to win a tuition. That's $555 USD, which literally is 70% off my programs. And you can use it towards anything or any bundles. Tomorrow, I'm going to go into the energetics. We're going to talk about feminine energy, masculine energy. And for those of you who are like, what the hell does that have to do with manifestation? Everything. We got to talk about receiving. We got to harmonize both energies. If there's one thing that changed my life was the stuff in magnetic mind and goddess code. Because I personally am a badass. I have integrity. I've never had an issue with that. If you have an issue with that, go into my badass mode program. But feminine energy changed my life, and men need to learn this stuff too. So tomorrow, we're going to do the energetics. I'm so excited. And that live will not be on my personal page. I will make sure that I'm in my Facebook group. So if you're not in there, it's called Align Habits. I can put a tag here. Sharon, baby. Yeah. And then we'll do draws. Maybe I'll give you guys like a few days too to listen. I'll figure it out tomorrow. So you guys have time to listen and you can share. And for every share, every tag, you will enter a draw. And 2 people will win a tuition. And I am so excited. It's 555. Well, in London, Ontario, it's 555. And we're done. And it's 155. Look at that. Alignment, okay? I love you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for everybody who shared. And I love you. And I'm telling you, like, I want to help the world. And if, like, you feel like this could help someone, please share it. But re-listen to this. Take notes. This is, like, there's science. I want to really expand you that you can change your life. You're not stuck. You can become a different person, and you can manifest it all. You can manifest anything you want. And if you want more information on magnetic mind, let me know in my DMs. Also, I created a landing page. I usually just sell this way by just talking to you guys, but thank you for being here. I'm going to go rest now, and I'm going to bring you all the vibe energy for tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm going to keep it to an hour. I like to talk, but I want to give you guys everything. And so go through this again. And thank you for being here. And I love you, all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alina, you're so amazing. Your vibe is on fire. Awesome. I can set up a call with you. You can, yeah, Patrick, just DM me. Thank you. Okay, awesome. I love you guys. Go back, take for my program. And then tomorrow you guys are going to love it. And you guys can watch replays. And I think I'm going to give you guys a week to do it. And then we'll also do the giveaway. Okay, now I'm just talking, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm off. I love you. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. And I will see you live tomorrow at 12:30. At 12:30 in the Align Habits Facebook community. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you. And live.